Okay, I think we're live. Let me close the door and chase out the kitty. Go out, babe. You just gonna stay in? Okay, go stay in. Oh no, you went out? You going out? Go out or in? Huh? You going out? Okay, okay. Just waiting for people to come on into this non-scheduled, sort of scheduled live stream, and Kitty O'Malley is joining us today. He just wants to be in here, so I'm just gonna let him be in here. They've been fed, so there shouldn't be too much noise or problem. And I came up with Kathy Dennehy's guidance. I came up with another fun way to make a closure that doesn't require magnets. Yay! So we're gonna give that a shot. Hey, Jamie and May and Lily. Heidi Lily. I can't. Okay, can't stay too long. That's all right. I have like 4 or 5 of you chatting at me in the chat box, but it says that only one person is actually viewing. So I'm not really sure how dead on that viewing number is ever. I can never tell. So we finished this one last time, and I got it to the point where it snaps shut. I got enough of that band that holds the paper in to adhere. Now I didn't add anything or do anything while I was off having dinner, so we're gonna do it together. Hey, Jen and Marie, I'm gonna grab one more punch that I want to use this time. I'm thinking that it's this one. Oh, this one will do. I just want to add something else on top of these. I think the cat wants out now. Cats just are like kids. They can never make up their minds. So I may get up and let him out. Although I'm keeping all my Christmas presents in here, and I did all my shopping online. And so I'm sure he's smelling all kinds of smells all over the place, and so he's just all over. I mean, I can't tell if he's just enjoying the smell or what. All I'm doing is just putting down a little bit of glue and putting these on. I'm not sure how well they're going to stay or not. I'm not going to try to get it down over the top of that magnet because it's so little. It probably wouldn't go down smooth, is what I'm saying. It would be a great big bump there, but this will help it look kind of like they were supposed to be, like that. Like they're sort of like flowers. Hi, Mayuki. Of course I'm in my PJs. It's a snow day. Welcome. Welcome, Jessica. Yes, everything is fixed. It's working. I really like the way it worked, the way it looks. And I'm wondering now if we're gonna put a pocket on here, but I'd really like to do something in this teal color. So I'm gonna pick this one that we worked with before, I believe. I don't remember if I did this or it's hard for me to remember if I live streamed this or if I just something that I did. But this one has some of that teal in it, and I think it would go nicely. I don't know if there's any left though, so I'm just checking for that. I was hoping for just solid teal. This one's solid. That would work. I don't know that I'm ever going to get around to using this with the arrows on the side, although that would be really fun, really cute for Valentine's Day, but I've got another sheet of it. So I just need to decide how big I want my pocket on this one, and then I'm going to show you, we'll work on the next one together. I'm not really showing you anything today. This is kind of all flying off the cuff, right? I want to make this a little bit bigger than this corner. So I'm going to flip this over. I want the edge to hang over because I literally want to make it a pocket. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So the pocket's going to go from almost the edge here to, I don't know, somewhere around here. We're going to cut it. Where's my, this? So I'm just going to make a little mark here and then maybe a little indent here as to where I want that cut. That's not going to cut it. I'm just going to use my marker. Can't really tell where that one is. I'm thinking right there on that. That'll work. And so we're going to have it kind of go up to here. So maybe right there. I am marking it just because I want to cut a corner off of here, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Now the goal is to find my markings. I have one right there and one right there. So close. That's going to be close enough. I'm just working on putting a pocket on it. So this is the way the pocket's going to go, and I want to fold in this side and this side, but not the side of the actual pocket, if that makes sense. So I'm doing like 1/4 of an inch. No, I'm sorry, 1/2 of an inch. 1/2 an inch. Yeah, I already started. Let's do a 1/2 an inch. And then I'm going to turn it this side to do another 1/2 an inch this way. I think this is going to be kind of hard to see. I hear you, but I'm talking to them, not you, buddy. I'm sorry. Now, where that crisscross is right there, I'm just folding it over. And then on the lines that we had originally scored, I'm folding that over each way. So it should create this nice little corner right here. You probably can't see a darn thing I'm doing. So I folded this corner over, and then I followed the fold lines that we just created. Okay, and that's going to make the pocket, and I'm just going to cut those ends off. And that way, these two things right here are going to be the basis of our pocket. And the pocket is going to sit right here in this corner. So then they can stick stuff in here like notes and things. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a real simple corner pocket, and that's it. And I grabbed another roll because we just about used up that other one. And we're just going to tape it down. Hey, Mary's here. Barbara came back. What else we got? And Beck came back. Jennifer Marker. Hi, Ivy. Oh, apologize. Thanks for letting me know. All I'm doing is just removing those pieces of that tape there so that I can glue down the pocket on this one. And that way with those, I guess they call them gussets, I'm not sure. It just leaves a little bit more of a wider spot for that to tuck in. It's not so tight. You can actually probably get a couple of pieces of paper in there. So that's it. So they can take paper and tuck it in there. You know, whatever kind of papers and notes they want. It will not take a full piece of paper from here, but that's okay. You know, that we could deck out with something frilly on the side too if we wanted. We could really go nuts and create all kinds of fun stuff. And then we can also do a pocket on this side as well. So since I have leftover of this, let's just measure this out. Let's see, I want a pocket that's, oh, it's almost 6. Let's say 5 3/4. Oops, you guys cannot see me. So it's almost like 6 inches across here, but I'm thinking so it doesn't get quite that squashed. I gotta make sure that I have enough room for that. Maybe I'll just do it 5 1/2, which means I need it to be 6 1/2 so I can have a 1/2 inch on each side. So how about 6 by 6 1/2? Okay, so this is going to go here, and why it's so much wider is because we're going to do a 1/2 inch on that side, this side, and the bottom. We're going to do the same thing that we did with that other pocket. At least that's my thinking. Hoping that this part of our live stream goes a little bit smoother than the last part, considering I was just kind of pulling ideas out of my backside, and we learned a lot from all the mistakes we made. So now we have the same thing on this side. We've got this crisscross here. And there it is. Oh, it's so hard for me to see it. I'm just going to fold that over on each one of these corners. And then use the lines that we made to just fold it back over. That way you get like a gusseted pocket. Okay, and that's going to go on here. So let's tape it up. Who else came back? Satomi's back. Denise. Janice. Aunt Beck. Mary. Hi, guys. Came back for some more torture, did ya? Thanks, Mary. She says she likes the yellow dot on the flower on the front side. I had to add something that just looked kind of odd to me. They look kind of naked. So last night, Chuck and I went to the Orpheus Theater in Madison and watched Home Free, and they were so entertaining. It was really incredible. I don't think I stopped smiling for the whole two and a half hours we were there. So now we have a pocket here. Lots of room to stick stuff in there. Show you with my papers that they go in there. Notes, whatever, what have you. And what would be fun is to put like an edge on there. Did I save? I did save enough of that. That would totally work. I got rid of my edging punches though. I put them away. Kathleen says, actually made it while you are live. Not sure what you mean by that. That you made something while I was crafting live? That's cool. Like, if you guys can get that done, that's amazing. Oh, I know. We're supposed to have something that goes across here that covers this up. We should probably work on that. And since we're using this, oh, sweet, we have enough. I'm going to slide this out of its holder and measure it it's about 8.5 and an inch, but it goes around to the back, so we want to fold it in the back. So 1.25 inches and another 1/2 inch, so 1 3/4 inches. Yeah, 8.5 by 1 3/4 inches. Should just have enough to make that happen here. Be awesome. Okay. Yep, that'll work. Right, gals or guys? It's hard to tell with some of your names sometimes. Hi, Raggedy. And Dana. And Marie. Did I miss anybody? Shoot, I thought I got this right to the edge, but I didn't. I mean to the side edges. That's okay. I wanted to get it as close as I possibly could, so it just looks really finished. So this part's going to go on here. As close to that edge as we can get it to cover up that tape and everything. And then we're just going to push it up the top side there. And I was off by just a smidge, so we're going to see a little bit of that white, but nobody's going to be looking at the back, so we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to try to add it to the very top edge of this. Just because I would really like this to stay put. I don't know how well that's going to work, but let's try it out. So a lot of the tape should go around the edge there. That way I can get the liner off. And then I'm going to put another piece of tape across there. Whoops, my liner just jumped right out of the garbage onto the floor. Well, pardon me, liner. Oh, I'm back. I'm going to watch and comment unless I fall asleep, as I just took cold meds. So if I go quiet, you'll know why. I better put this to the top of the paper, because if I put it to the top of that other thing, we're going to be a smidge short, and then it's not going to fit. How's that for thinking this time around? I think my brain was completely turned off last time we were together. Maybe it's because I was hungry. Up. Stick to that tape. Bring it around. Okay. Well, that worked pretty well. Kind of nervous when things work out now because it's like, whoa. When's the other shoe gonna drop? Right? These things are so big. I wish she would have given me tiny ones. Next time I'm gonna tell her, over my dead body am I gonna do these for you again. Unless you give me some little teeny tiny ones. In that case, those are fun. These were just kind of a ginormal pain in my backside. You can't really see the whole thing, but there we go. We got a pocket on either side. And look at that. It actually closes. And the reason why, if you're joining me, if you weren't here before, is because these are going to be for teachers. And so they will carry these around with something else. We don't want to put a lot of bulk on the outside because of that. But that one's pretty cute. I mean, we could add more stuff, but it doesn't really need it. I got some gifts. Let me see if some of these match. Something tells me that some of my gifts may match this. Look at that! I got these. Is she in here, Jerry? She's not, is she? Jerry Scott Allen? Anyway, she gave me these, and check it out. They totally matched the set. I had no idea. I kind of thought, oh, those are kind of like the same colors. They're totally the same colors. It's the same darn paper line. How amazing is that? How would she even have known that? That's so cool. Oh my gosh, I wish I knew who you were giving this one to, because I would just put this on there and I'd put their name on it. Okay, well, since I'm not quite sure, I am going to keep this with it so that I remember that I have it. And I'm going to get started on the next one. The next one, I think we'll do it black, and then we'll add what we deem the masculine paper over the top, because we have one male teacher. I almost licked my fingers to get this out, then you can see it on the black paper. It looks gross. My student thinks that's gross when the teacher licks her fingers to get the papers when she's passing them out. If she gets one that's been passed out that way, she holds it like this. Like she's afraid she's going to get some kind of toxicity from it. It's hilarious. 8th graders can be really weird sometimes. I believe this tape worked pretty well last time, so... Oh no, I forgot that I have to cut off those darn ends. Alright, well let's just put it this way, since I can see them that way. And I'll cut off those stupid ends at 12 inches. There we go. That'll work. Looks like I got it all cut off. And then we'll add this together, making sure that it is really straight. May says, I have a teacher that rubs her hands together like a mantis instead of licking her finger. How does that help? Like, she rubs her hands together like this and then passes them out? Like, how does that help get your fingers to get the papers apart? All right. Kind of have to decide how much we want across the front. I'm literally thinking that I want a big portion of that pattern paper we're going to put over the top across the whole front, and then just a little bit coming off the side here. Did Kathy Dunahee make it back in here with us? Because she's the one that encouraged me to look up a different idea for the closure. I don't want to leave her behind on this. But I don't see her. She says the sweat helps. That's gross too. I guess no matter how you do it, it's gross. But it's really hard when all your papers are sticking together and you can't get them apart. I just have to cut off a little bit of this paper because there's just too much of it. Probably cut off too much now, knowing me. Well, that's not bad. Okay. See, so there's just a little edge here because this is going to come over the side. I'm still trying to keep them lined up as we go. Now I have to remember, you guys remind me to do the magnets last. Although I have a special surprise for you. And I hate that I use the word gonna, but that's just how we speak here. I'm going to fold this kind of in half here. You want out? Okay, let me let him out. Okay, all right. Total Buster Brown. Chunky muffin. Should have probably showed you O'Malley. I think I already did once though. He's a chunky muffin, that boy. Okay. I'm folding this side down because I don't want that much hanging off the edge. This does not look straight to me. The sides are matching up though, so I'm just gonna go with it. I'll show you why. Because when this comes over the edge here, there, I only want like a little bit hanging off over the edge. Now I could cut that off, or I could leave it on there so it remains kind of sturdy. Okay. I am going to leave that on there for a little sturdiness. Why not? And I'm gonna cut off a little bit on the top to make sure that it fits that. Actually, no, I'm not, because I did that at the end last time to make sure that everything was even. Oh, hey, Kathy. You made it. Good. Okay. So I'm going to try that one idea that we saw. Yeah, I kicked the kitty out. Well, I didn't kick him out. He wanted to leave, so I opened the door. Okay. So yeah, I do. I want this down. I'm going to put tape on this side. I'm just making this up as I go along. I saw a picture and I'm trying to recreate it on a different scale, and they did it with some kind of a fabric book, and I'm trying to recreate it with paper, so it's just slightly different. Just slightly. I don't work with fabric much, ever, for any reason. I think I'm just going to put a couple of pieces on here. What did everyone else have for dinner? Mine wasn't that exciting, but I didn't have to cook it. My hubby made some kind of lasagna hamburger helper thing, and it was delicious. Annie made garlic bread, which was amazing. What'd you guys have? Here we go. What I want to do, well, let me pull out that masculine paper again. Okay, this is the one. I was thinking it would be kind of cool to have, he's a very casual dresser, this guy. But I thought, you know, we have the jeans one, but I also thought that this was really cool. Like, is there enough of this that if we put it on underneath here, will it stick out? Oh yeah. Check that out. If we put that on there like that and close it, that flame will miss the very top of it. But most of this flame will be on the front of the paper. That would be so cool. This stuff is super, super thin. So it's good that we didn't use this to just do the actual binding of the book, because it just wouldn't have worked out that way. All right. So we're going to turn it this way because it's going to open up that way, right? It is, we are 12 tall, but we're not going to be once we cut it. But we're 12 by about 8 1/4. So we're just gonna miss the tip top of that fire, but look at that. We get almost the whole thing. That's really cool. Now somehow I have to get this on here without getting it crooked is what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh man. Maybe I should use wet adhesive. Tacos and May, I don't even know how to say that. You had tacos con. I don't know what that is. I'm not even gonna say it because I'm gonna feel like a horse's rear end for saying it wrong. I'm hoping that this will get very, very close to the edge so that none of the edges of this paper will lift up once it's all put together, because that would be embarrassing. And then we just need a bunch in the middle to make sure it all stays down. Oh, almost banged my head on the camera. Did I make it? Oh, I have a little tiny bit over the edge and I can't move it back down now. It's just not going to let me. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. I'm going to cut off that extra where I mucked it up because I don't think anyone will notice that. I always thought that teachers would be a lot more critical of stuff like this, but it seems that being a teacher and being creative, like this kind of creative, does not necessarily come hand in hand. There. That's really cool. Now what I'm thinking to do here is to cut 2 little slits in here, because what I want to do, and I gotta see if there's any, what I would want to come through there, is this right here. Now this is really, really thin, so I'm going to either have to back it on a piece of black paper, or I'm going to have to fold it over and make it heavier. It's really thin. I think what I'm going to do is do another black sheet of paper, because this is pretty thick, and then cut it about, how many inches wide do we want? Like maybe 2, 2.5. I'm going to go 2.5. We can always cut it off if it's too wide. This is 2.5. Set that aside for a minute. Oh, see, there's that darn stuff again. I'm going to put the tape on that side and just use it up. Trying to stay as close to the edge as I can, which is a trick. with the ATG, sometimes you really have to watch where you're rolling off your ATG and start on the corner and the edge and really pay attention to where you're rolling it, and then you can get practically perfect roll if you're paying attention. There we go. So all I'm doing is doubling this up with a heavier cardstock so that it's easier to work with. That'll work better. Thank you guys who are helping out those who need to get in or get adjusted or whatever to see what's going on. That's like almost impossible for me to help out when I'm doing a live stream and people are having technical difficulties. So I really appreciate that you guys do that for one another. All right. So this is the piece that I want to look like this. And what it's going to be is I'm going to cut off the corners of this. I'm trying to do this all real sneaky like so you guys don't know what's coming at ya. I'm trying to be impressive. That's what I'm doing. Trying to be impressive. Is it working? I want to round the corner of this, and I'm just using this to show me where to cut it. I'm going to use pencil just in case, because I can always erase that. I got lots of pens and stuff up on top above me. Okay. I use that round tool to make that edge so it looks round. And I'm going to give it away because I want the end of it to look kind of like a belt. Y'all know where I'm going with this already now? I bet you do. I bet you do. It's literally going to come around from the back side like this. So I have to make sure I bump it like that. Okay. Is that even? It is even. I do need to cut a little bit off. I'm going to have to cut. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to cut a little bit off of each edge. I'm trying really hard not to mess it up. Because Lord knows we've messed up enough already. Yes, that will work. This is going to go on the back. It's going to come around to the front. And we want it to come through these two layers somehow so that it will hold it together. So not only does it have to come through here, but it also has to go through this layer as well. But not all the way down to this layer. So just these two first layers. So where is my cutting mat? Okay. To protect that so I don't mess it up, I'm going to put this in here. Put this down and this over. And here's the thing is I'm a little worried about, got glue all over my finger. I'm a little worried about making sure that this lines up once I get that paper in here. So what did I say? It was 2.5 wide, right? I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 marks. I don't know if you can kind of see that. A mark there and a mark here. And hopefully it comes out the same side, about the same width. Maybe I should measure them. So I'm having kind of an issue with that today. So 3/4 of an inch and then at 2 inches. Yeah. 3/4 of an inch and 2 inches. So that they come down together. I'm just going to draw a little line here. And a line between those two, and hopefully they'll be semi-straight. Now I want it to go through this and this, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. If anybody has any reason why I should not cut this, let me know now, or forever hold their peace. If I'm making a mistake, if this is not going to work, let me know. I think it will though. I'm pretty sure that this should work. Bye, Josie. There's my, I was looking for my craft knife while I was waiting too. Okay. Be right back, Raggedy, okay. Oops, I knocked over my glue. Okay, I'm gonna give this a shot. I should probably use a straight edge, but yeah, I probably should. This ruler does have a metal straight edge, so I'm gonna use the metal side. I'm going to cut it more than once because I want to make sure that I'm going through all 3 of those layers. I could feel when the knife hit that cutting mat below. So I'm going to push against that cutting edge and I'm going to cut several times until I feel I hit that mat. Now here's the deal. This has to be just slightly bigger than this, and it is. So I'm going to move over just a smidge, like, oh my gosh, not even enough for you to hardly even tell. And I'm going to actually spin this around so that I make holes here. They're not just slits, they're a miniature little hole. Because I want to make sure that that band can go through there smoothly all through the layers, through all 3 layers. And then I'm just going to slice off the end. Tedious work. You gotta make sure that you get it right. Can't tell if I just didn't cut all 3 layers there, but it doesn't want to come off the end. There we go. There's still a piece in there that needs to come out. So it looks kind of like that. It cut like a slice, like a slit. Okay, it's not exactly perfect, and that is okay. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this inside cut because apparently I didn't quite cut all the way through that last layer. Because that was a black layer under there, as well as that paper on top. And I need to cut the very ends. But I don't want to cut too much that I accidentally just go crazy and yep, keep that black sheet, that black piece will come out. There we go. I didn't fully cut this other piece here because I want to see how this works first. Yeah, the thing is if I don't cut that, it will not go through. Doesn't seem to be quite wide enough. But that would work. Do you see how that stays in there? But that's going to be really hard to get in and out of there. I'm going to have to make those holes a little bit bigger so that they slide easily. Okay. So let's reline that up. We have our thing underneath there. And we're going to cut this next slit in here. Why are y'all talking about me being a pro? Like, are you afraid of, who's afraid I was going to cut my finger off? I was. That worked out really well. I just need to clean up the inside piece. Okay. I might have to pop up that middle piece, I'm thinking. We want that popped up just a little bit so we can get this through here. How am I going to do that? All right, let's put this in here. Did I miss one? I did. I missed the black one. There it goes. There it goes. So this would be on the other side, and to get this through, it has to be pushed through and then you pull it. That'll work. It's kind of cool. And then maybe there should be a little Velcro here. What do you think? Or a no, I don't want to do a magnet. I could put a little piece of Velcro here just to keep this tab down. Or I could make this tab cut a little bit shorter. You guys tell me what you think. And that way it stays shut, but getting this in and out. Oops. That's not too bad. I almost don't want to cut it shorter because then he's going to have a hard time getting that in and out of there. But as it is, that works out pretty well. Because the holes are big enough that he can jostle it through there. It's pretty smooth. One dot of Velcro, is that your... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tape this down to the back, and then we'll finish the front. I would have totally thrashed that up like Edward Scissorhands. Oh my gosh. I don't use my X-Acto very often, but yeah, make the tab a little shorter, Kathy. I don't want to make it too much shorter, but I think I will take off a little bit. Only because I'm afraid that if I make it too short, that he won't be able to get that tab back through there. You know what I mean? There won't be enough give to get through it, but we'll check that out. I think that's a really good idea. And we got to make sure that this does stay down because we don't want this coming off. And who knows, maybe after he opens it the first time, he won't even want to have to deal with the buckle, but it is a really cool effect. I think this one's my favorite one so far. Oh, you're right, Satomi. If we add a piece of Velcro, we won't be able to get it through the hole anymore. So maybe just going ahead and good thing I work with a nonstick mat, right? I have to make sure this goes through here so I don't mess up the back. Let go, please. Let go. Okay. There's that edge right there. Onto the back. Okay. Now we're making some progress. Did you say, Mayuki, you don't have to keep sliding the buckle out of there, do you, when you open it? Well, no, and not if he, it's up to him. I mean, every time he wants to use it, if he doesn't slide open the buckle, he can just leave it. But it's gonna, you know, kind of hang open a little bit. He could put it right through into whatever. That won't work. But, you know, I'm not the one that has to use it, so it's just a matter of holding it down so it comes through the next hole. Oh, you know what? If we make that, I don't know, I'm kind of concerned now. What if I cut that too short and he can't get it through there? It was going through so nicely before. There we go. I'm a little concerned about cutting that shorter. What? Out of the blue, Scott decided he wanted his head shaved. What for? This is my favorite one so far. I really like the way this one is working out. I don't think we're going to be able to add a lot to it. Maybe a skinny pocket on this side so it doesn't interfere with the buckle. Maybe just put a few more flames on the inside. That would be kind of cool. We should have another flame in here. I think there are two. Yeah, two of each thing. Where did I find that flame? Oh, here's the faux leather you were talking about before earlier. Somebody was mentioning that. I can't find the other flame. Did I already use it? Oh, here it is. I think it would be fun to put a flame, oops, knock my ruler off the table, on the inside. Should I have this one maybe going this way? Or this way? How about this way, because that's the way they go. This time I'm going to leave a black border. So I'm going to do it 11.5 by 6. I'm trying to cut it so that we get as much of the flame as we can. What did I say, 11.5 by 6? I hope that's what I said. Okay. Thank you for your patience while I cut that. I might have said 6.5, but you know what? That's totally gonna work. Thing about doing things that are handmade like this, nobody knows what idea was in your head or how well anything turned out or didn't turn out. It doesn't matter. They're just going to be impressed with what they see at the end of it. And hopefully he's impressed with how this looks at the end. No, I got to make sure I get this right because I'm not using wet adhesive this time. That looks pretty good. Got a little bit of paper hanging off the edge there. There we go. I think this one's done. Yeah, a tad bit short of this. Okay. Oh, there's my round one. Okay. How about that? Just a little bit shorter. That looks pretty good. I kind of want to run a piece of silver tape down the middle of this. Do you think I could pull that off? Put a piece of silver tape down the center of that? How wide is that? 1 inch. Let me see if I can get this cut on here. Paper everywhere. I need it to be 12 by 1. Whoops. Ugh, that's not good. Okay, 12. And then by 1 inch down piece. Oh, that's going to be the hard one. Hard piece to cut. 1 inch. Okay. I think I got it. Oh, that's not quite 12 anymore, is it? So yay on this or nay on the silver stripe? I don't know. I almost feel like it's too much. I wanna cuddle bug it, but I don't know if that'll work because I have one that looks kind of like this print. Let me see if I can find it. You guys let me know where your feelings are, whether or not I should add that silver strip or not. And I'll see if I can find. Oh darn, I need to revamp this stuff over here. There it is. Too much? No? What if let me run part of it through the cuddle bug and see what that looks like, if it makes any difference at all. I think it's too much silver because it's too bright and it doesn't go with anything. I put my cuddle bug away the wrong way. So if I add that to it, does that make any difference? Mary says, don't do it! Yeah, no, this is just to see how it looks. What do you think? Okay, what did Satomi say? Yes, texture it and then look and see if, yeah. I could distress it with some ink. I could try Stays On. We could try some Stays On and see if that works. Yay or nay? I got it all grunged up with black Stays On. You let me know what you think, and I'm gonna try to run the rest through, just in case you say yes. Old Adirondack ink by Ranger. No. Yeah, just leave the belt in that and not worry about this piece. I think it still needs something too. That was why I was trying to put a strip here. I could just do a strip of orange here. If I could find orange paper that would match. Well, either orange or red. Maybe red. Because we've got red at the top of there. Oh, I don't have it long enough. No, I don't like red. Do I have orange? Nope, the orange is not long enough either. It's not the same color. I don't know. What do you think? We could just leave it. Or just a t-shirt and the reinker and try to get the debossed areas. Yeah, that would take me all night. We just don't have that kind of time. I think this one is pretty decent. So we're gonna move on. We've got two done. We got this one done. And we got this one done. Those are pretty cool. Oh, that would be fun. His initials would be cool. His name is Jean-Marc Ruel. So we could do Jean-Marc, we could do a JM. That'd be kind of cool. When you cut off the flames, was it solid orange piece? If so, use it. Let me look. It's gotta be laying around here. Just a second. Is it in the garbage? What did I do with it? Oh, here. This is what it looked like. This was the piece that I got cut off of it. We could use that. I like that. Whose idea was that? Jennifer Marker, you're a genius. Is anybody against that? I think this would look really good there. I mean, I'd have to cut it down a little bit so it would fit. I really like the look of this, you guys. I really, really like it. Well, it's orange right here. That makes it, it's really hard to tell, but it is really orange right on the top. The camera is fading it out to all yellow, but this part right here is real orange. I don't know why you can't see that on this camera. That's really weird. Yeah, I don't have any more paper that like goes with this that has any orange on it besides this piece. I think that was it. Yeah, this is the last piece, and this one is solid yellow. So that one's just not gonna go. But I do like that idea. Yeah, well, we'll leave it off for now. I just think it looks really cool, don't you? All right, let's set those to the side and start on the next one. I feel like picking another pad of paper. Like, I don't want to go through, I don't want to use the same colors again. Let me pick another pad of paper. Okay. I believe this is another cane company, and I really think that this one is, it's brand new. I've never used it, but I like the bright colors. And some of them are a little childish, so I wouldn't use the kiddish ones, but some of them are really, really fun. Like I wouldn't use that, even though it's really fun. But I like these polka dots a lot. I really like this blue rickrack kind of thing. There's bikes on this one. I love these polka dots. And look, in the back of the polka dot one, we have the alphabet, which is kind of fitting because they're teachers. This is nice. I don't know, are you guys against me doing this one? I think this would make a really nice one. And we have 3 sheets of each, so we could get away with that. Yay, polka dots? We need 2 sheets of 12 by 12 to make the next one. Oh, how many are we making altogether? 4, so I've got 2 more to go. Okay, we're gonna do these polka dots. That way I've got a 3rd sheet in case anything goes wrong. I'm gonna cut it down to 12 by 12 first. And before we get this started, we're going to take a quick intermission because I need another Diet Mountain Dew. Okie dokie. Smoky. Okay, see you in 2. Potty break, get a drink, fix your slippers, pull your socks on, whatever you got to do. Okay. Is everybody back? Y'all get your drinks and your PJs on and all that good stuff. These are not going to line up perfectly in the back. Yeah, they're not. I'm not going to even worry about it. I think I'm running out of tape in this. It's starting to get a little hard to pull. Which is exactly what's supposed to happen. That's how you tell you're running out of tape. At least putting the 2 pieces of 12 by 12 together isn't an issue. So am I guessing right that Oz means you're in Australia? Because I've never heard of that before. And it just struck me funny just now that I'm like, she just said she was from Oz, and I have no idea what that means. Or am I the only one that's like completely out of this loop that everyone knows what that meant and I'm not me? Because that could be. Now we gotta decide, how do we want this one to open? Oh dear Lord, are we gonna do the magnets again? We could get away with the magnets again, I suppose. Central Standard Time, yep, is 8:31 p.m. right now. So do we want to do circles again? I'm thinking, yeah. What I mean is, do we want to do magnets with circles again? It just dawned on me that I did not put in the brace for that other one. The brace that keeps what am I saying? That keeps the pad from, so you can slide the pad out and put a new pad in if you want. Oh, that's cool, Barb. She said, okay, so she answered me. Oz is Australia. It's great to be able to watch you live, Jen. Always watch the archives before. Thoroughly enjoying today. It's 12:30 p.m. lunchtime. May says she kept thinking Wizard of Oz. Oh, thank you, May, for saying that, because so was I. The first time I read it, I was like, is she being funny? Is she teasing me, saying that she's from Oz? I was confused. We got you now. We got you now. One thing that's really frustrating is trying to get these things on straight, which is what I'm trying to do right now. Just, they don't match up exactly, so you kind of have to just go with the flow on that. Make a girly one. I'm keeping in mind 4 people that these are going to be given to, and I'm missing one. That's okay, Barb. It's just that we're from the U.S. and what the heck do we know? But I think it's cute that you call it Oz. That's cool. I'm trying to think of the 4 people that we're giving these to. One's a guy, which we did already. The other one we just did before that is, you know, whatever. Can go to anybody. Yeah, I guess one could be kind of girly. None of the teachers are real girly. Although one could sort of be girly. So what did you say? Like, okay, make a girly one, but like how? With lots of edging and stuff? Is that what you mean by girly? Because we could cut this edge. I would need some, oh, does this, oh, it's too bad I don't have 12 by 12 because this red would go really well. This red would be really neat. I was thinking of doing like an edge, but it would be really awkward if there wasn't a full edge, you know what I mean? It's too bad it's not 12. Butterflies and ribbon. Oh, good. Kathy didn't know Oz was Australia either. See, it's not just me. I feel better now. I thought it was just me the whole time. I was like, I'm not saying anything. Nobody else is saying anything. I'm not saying anything. Glitter and shine. I don't know how we're going to pull that off, you guys. First, we have to figure out how in the world we're going to get this thing to stay shut. That's numero uno. And actually, I think we're going to use... I know what we're going to use. We're going to use that red. I already made a strip of it here. We are going to use butterflies because I think that would be really cool, but I don't know if I have a butterfly big enough. I might have to get out a stamp, and we're going to be here till midnight stamping stuff. Anyone got anywhere to be? Because this could take a while. Here's what I'm thinking. If we did 2 of these, and I reinforced these straps heavily, and we glued them down on this side, we could put 2 round Velcros right here and right here. And then on top of the Velcros, or not on top of the Velcros, because we want that to be real sturdy. We want this side to be real sturdy so that when they come on and off, they come on and off easily. So maybe a half a circle of Velcro for each. And then on this side, we could put like a butterfly here and a butterfly here. So it looks like the butterflies are like, you know, holding on to the binding. And then underneath here, we could make a frilly little like edging of some color. What do you think? Christy says circle cut in half on each edge. Circle cut in half on each edge. Oh, the masculine one was done. Was somebody asking about it? Carol Feltus? I thought I was watching an archived. Oh, and didn't realize it was live. Too late for masculine one for my suggestions, but for this one. Do you want to see the masculine one, Carol? This is what we ended up coming up with. And this part comes out. And then there's fire on the inside as well. But we didn't glue this one in or make any kind of a binding to hold it yet. I'll have to think about that, what I want to do with that yet. So I'm not sure. A circle with a butterfly in it. Yes, I love that idea. Love it. So if I decide to use these bright red tabs though, I'm going to have an issue with finding these other colors. So like, and these are going to have to be reinforced big time. I think they're 1 inch wide, so maybe I'll start with that. Oh, good idea. That way the butterfly doesn't have to be big. Now I'm following ya. Awesome idea. Yeah, because I have a little butterfly, and we can make the circles bigger and the butterflies smaller. I love it. You know what else I wish we could do? I'm totally going off on a different tangent. I wish that we could listen to music while we crafted. Like, I wish I could stream music. But I can't, because then it flags my video for copyright, and then I can't monetize it, and then I get dinged for it somehow on YouTube. Which really stinks, because I like to listen to music a lot while I craft. I'm just trying to make sure I have enough glue on here so that it goes all the way to the edge. otherwise we're gonna have issues with it kind of coming apart. And after I get these two put together, I'll have to decide if that's solid enough. It feels pretty substantial to me. I think we could get away with that. I'm looking for the two that have the better edges. That's a good edge. That's a good edge. All right, so that's gonna go on there. Now I was gonna do a white edging, but this is like an off-white paper, so that's gonna look really funky. I think we should find something that's got more of a solid, well, this one. So we've got some colors that match. I like this. I think it would look really pretty with this behind it. So let's do that one too. So here's my thought. I'm going to border punch this one first and show it to you. So I'm border punching it with this. That one that's got not quite, you know, it's pretty subtle. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to border cut the other one in something that's not quite as subtle. And that way they'll go together pretty well. I'm hoping you're kind of following what I'm meaning. So this would go in first. It would go here. And then this one would go on top of it. And actually it could be maybe just a straight piece. I don't know. Oh, I know. I have an idea. Like, I was going to cut another one, but what if we just put the border across it like that? And then the two red ones would come across this way. I'm going to be working with a lot of vellum tomorrow, Heidi, because the challenge for the week is going to be working with vellum. So I love your idea, but I'm not going to pull that out today because I want to get these done relatively simply with just plain old paper. But I love your idea. So we're covering notebooks with paper. We just had someone new come in. We did this one already. It's got two magnets underneath here, and it opens up and it's got a pocket on one side and a pocket on this side, and then a band so that this can be removed and refilled if they want. Put another one in. And then the other one that we made has a little bit more muscular of a theme, and it's got a buckle on it. So the buckle comes out that holds it together, and then we did not secure that one yet, but we put some fire on the inside to make it match. So those are the two that we've done so far today. Now we're working on another idea. You think the green one should be thinner? My original idea for the green one was to cut it like this, bumpy on this side. But I wondered how I was going to match that up. How I was going to possibly match it up with this, because I didn't think that would work. You know what I mean? We could turn it around. Heidi, I'll be leaving this up to archive. There was we did a whole nother first one, which probably, I mean, you're welcome to watch it, but the first one was like a lot of mistakes and just figuring things out and playing around with it. And then we got one that we really liked and it was working, so we were going with that one, but now we're just kind of playing around again. So yeah, if you want to know how to do the buckle one, this one will stay archived. You can skip ahead in the video to where we did the buckle part. Take the green off completely. Don't do the red pieces at all. Just put the Velcro underneath these. Underneath here. I have another idea. I'm liking the look of this. What if we did, these are a little bit too big. No, the red red's just not floating my boat. We could do the green though. The green would work. I need another punch. I need one that's slightly different than what we have. No, where's that one that I have? Oh, there it is. Okay. So we could glue this down, and where the bumps are, there'd be a little dot on each bump. And then there'd be a butterfly in each one of these dots. So this one would probably get cut off slightly, maybe not, and this one would cut off slightly on the bottom. So we could do that, and we could put butterflies on each one of those. Okay, Satomi, see you later. Turn the green horizontal, one large strip instead of two little ones. Okay. So, like this. One stripe right in the middle. With Velcro. So this would go around the back and we could Velcro that to the edge. We could Velcro it here. Just one piece of Velcro right there. I could try to see if I have purple. I have blue. There's no actual purple in here. Purple is such a hard color to find in paper. It's crazy to me. We could do blue though. I have this one. How about that? And then we could take, I wish we did have purple. Let me see if I have any purple paper at all. We could do a purple like button at the end for the Velcro. No, that looks really weird. I don't like that. Why not do some of the circles from the back side of the green? And then a red or orange circle with the butterfly on it. An orange circle where? At the end here? This wasn't quite big enough. That looks kind of funny. Don't you think? That looks weird. You're thinking orange? Oh, that's the same size. I have one more that's just a little bit bigger. Oh my word, this one's really huge. I guess I wasn't thinking it was quite that big. I don't have orange that quite matches this. This is the only orange I have. Oops. Something like that. Oh, Aunt Beck's falling asleep. Wake her up. I don't like the orange. A red circle? Oh my gosh, this one is turning out to be a real difficult one. We still got one more to go. I like the red. I like the red. I think the red looks really good. Like, we need something else on the inside of it, but that looks really cool. And then, we could put the Velcro underneath that if we fortify this. And it would Velcro up like that. Yeah? We need something here though. I'm thinking like a, well, not a, I'd like to do white, but it's gotta be like an off-white, cause it doesn't, this paper is not really white. I bet they don't have anything in here that's got off-white on it. Well, we could take it from, we could steal it from here. This would make it match. Like that. That way I could put her initials or something on that dot. Or a big butterfly. A butterfly would be cool. Like a purple butterfly. Let's try that. Do we have a winner? Red then smaller than white. Hi Sharon, yep, we're still all here. Well, some of us. I think this looks really good. Otherwise, if we don't get moving on, we're never going to get the other one done. Okay. I am going to do, I have to fortify this thing because if we put Velcro on there, it's gonna, it's gonna put up with a lot of pulling on it. So these two, I'm gonna glue two of these together. 10 p.m. You should be there. Oh my gosh. Sure, Ludlow, it's 3 a.m. there. She woke up and needed a drink. Yikes. Getting pretty late. I gotta use up some of this stuff that I measured out. I literally used this roll to measure it out to make sure that it came with 36 yards on it. And so now it's all in pieces because I laid it out that way. And I'm just going to try to use a little bit of it up. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Probably not the best thing to be using on a video. But anyway. I can't believe this doesn't rip the fingernail polish right off my fingernails because it's that sticky. So it's super late in the UK, is that what you guys are saying? I missed some of it. Oops. Sharon is a night owl. Oh, come on, tape. I'm surprised at how many of you guys are sticking with me on this. It's well, it's 9 o'clock my time, but I know it's a lot different time for a lot of you guys. Okay. Hi, Jamie. I'm not sure who you're saying hi to because you said Jennifer, but is there another Jennifer? Oh, Jennifer Marker. Jen Marker, you're up late. Can't remember the last time I can remember you staying up so late. Donna was up late crocheting a scarf. I missed that part. Painsomnia. Is that why you can't sleep because you're in so much pain? Does that make sense? That would suck. Deanna, you're crafting with me? Oh, Holy cow, you've been up a long time too, haven't you? What are you guys talking about buying? Something that's $44 and you use 50% off and you get it for half? I'm not, what are you guys purchasing for that? All right, so we're gonna do, are we gonna do a full dot of Velcro or just a half a dot? Full dot or half dot? I'm gonna pull out one dot, and if we want a half, I'll just cut it. Oh, an HEG gun. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks, Mayuki. So did we do one dot or half a dot? Nobody answered me, so I guess I'm gonna do a full dot. I do still sell ATG tape for $2 a roll if anyone's interested. You have to go on Facebook and PM me. Wow, that's some strong adhesive. Dang. It works though. That's cool. What did I do with it? There it is. And a butterfly. I think this one turned out really nice. We should probably put a band on this one. Where did I put my... There it is. And I don't think it matters what color it is. So I'm going to just use white, because I know I have this one set to go. Okie dokie. I'm not going to make this quite as wide as the other one was. And then that goes on this part right here. That should work all the way up to the top. And then that gets glued in too. With the good tape. So what's everybody doing for New Year's? That's what I'd like to know. Yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to be, it's not even supposed to hit 0 degrees tomorrow here. I think it's going to be -3 with wind chills around 25 below or something like that. So we just won't be going anywhere. But what I want to know, really what you guys are doing. What are you going to do for New Year's Eve? Are you going out? Are you staying in? Do you have parties? Do you get dressed up? I'm spending time with you on live stream, says Lori. Sleeping. I'm gonna do a live stream because we don't go anywhere. My husband and I don't go out. I don't know. I have not decided what I'm going to do, what's planned. You know what just dawned on me is that I don't want to put this in yet because I don't think that this is, I don't think this has been cut. This is still 12. Yeah, we need to cut a little bit off. Okay. Watch TV in your comfy clothes. Good night, Sharon. Ugh. I didn't put this quite far enough to the top. So now I'm going to have a little bit hanging out the bottom, aren't I? Somehow this got... Nope, it's not coming back up. Nothing I can do about it. Not sure why this is so crooked though. I'm just gonna I swear every time I put in one of these bands, it messes everything up. There we go. That works. Except for that sticking up on the top. I don't like that. So I'm just going to even it out. There we go. I didn't put the paper far enough to the top, so it kind of is hanging out just a tiny bit, but I don't think they'll notice that much. And actually this can slide slightly on its hinge, so we'll just slide it up a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. There we go. Not bad. That one turned out okay. Well, we're at another 2 hours, so I have one more to do if you want to hang out. Otherwise, we could call it quits now. I feel like this already has like stuff inside. I don't really want to mess with it. Oh! We didn't cover the Home Depot part. So, whoops. Sorry about that. I dinged you right in the face. Let me know what you want to do, if you want to keep going or if you want to stop at this one. Because while you're deciding, I'm going to cover this up. And I think it was 1 3/4 inches. By 8.5. Wow, some of you guys are diehards. Those of you guys who like are total diehards should start inviting other people to come. The more, the merrier. Right? I didn't get a chance to, in between having dinner and stuff, even put out like a, hey, guess what? We're still going live today because I just didn't have any time. But you guys are always welcome to take, on Facebook where I post reminders with little like pictures that have like the time and the what we're going to work on and all that stuff. You're welcome to take those and share them all over the place. Matter of fact, I would be really excited if you would. I would love to crack 50 viewers at one time before this year is out. That's kind of a goal I have in mind that I'd like to hit with your help. So far, I think we've actually gone up to 45. Can you believe it? 45 viewers at one time. That's amazing. It's hard for me to tell how many viewers there really are, though, because I don't really trust the reader, the numbers reader. Like right now it says there's 27 watching. And generically speaking, there's been about, 25 the whole evening. But when I ended the last live stream before we came back to do these, it said there were 168 views, so I'm not sure how that happens if there's only 25 people watching. Unless you guys are clicking in and out constantly, which I don't think you are, but who knows. And yes, to answer your question, that tape that I'm using right now, it works exactly like the Sook wing. You cannot tell the difference. And that one that I measured out, that did come from China. Yep, totally did. And it's every bit as good as the one we get here in America. Every bit as good. You will not be disappointed if you purchase it. If you want, if you're uncomfortable ordering from China, I can purchase it and resale it to you. But it's cheaper if you just purchase it on your own. It just takes a little while to get here. That's all. Takes a couple weeks to get around to coming. And I do sell the ATG rolls for $2 a roll. Because I buy that hugely in bulk for a discounted price, and then I resell it. There. I don't think Kathy Dunnahy's up this late. I haven't seen her in here, but she has the link to the eBay where you can get that, where you can purchase it. I can't think of the thing offhand, but the link goes through Quality Crafts every once in a while. If you get into Quality Crafts later on when I'm not live streaming, I can let you know. But that one is not an Amazon one, that's an eBay one. I have no idea what it's called or how to. I just, you know what I mean? I just go back to my eBay and look for the purchase things and then click purchase again kind of thing, and I don't really think too much of it. I really think that we should finish this one by putting the band in. I probably should do it with regular cardstock, but I'm thinking, maybe I could get away with just doing it with this piece that was left over. Oh, maybe that's not 12 inches. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's plenty. Plenty good. Oh, thanks. Just gonna go get that info for you guys. That's awesome. I wish I could do that while I'm streaming. But it's awesome. It's really great that you guys are willing to help out. Yeah, I actually measured this stuff out to make sure there was really 36 yards on it. And I did it. I either did it and took a photo, or I did it on a live, not a live stream, but on one of my videos. I can't remember which. I literally have over 700 videos, and so I don't remember every single thing I've done and what all I've covered in what venue and all that stuff. I also don't memorize the sizes and measurements for every single card I've ever made. I do the same thing you guys do. I go back to videos that I really like and then rewatch it and remake it. And the reason why I do my videos is because what I normally do, and I haven't made one of these, I haven't made a regular just plain old video that's not live streaming in a long time, and I'm feeling kind of bad about that. Because I think there's a bigger part, not a bigger, but a big part of my audience that enjoys that and are missing it. So come January, I hope to do more of those. But the reason why I do my videos is because I try to take things that I go, oh, that's really cool. I really want to make that. But their videos, like, you know, like a live stream, like way too long. And I just want to know how to do it. And so I make my videos that way for people who just want to know how to make it and don't want to have to sit there forever to figure it out. So I usually research it like crazy. I do 3, 4, 5, whatever, how many times it takes me to do them to create one that's really good. And then I present it to you in a video so that it's simple. There. That one's done. I just didn't want to leave it undone. It was bothering me. One more to go. Who knew these were going to take me so much time? Oh my gosh. We need everyone take a drink. Barb, how did I measure what out, honey? I'm sorry. Put it in all caps if you want me to catch on, because sometimes I just miss it. How did I measure it out? You mean... Oh, well, because of the size, I just stopped measuring it, but my strip was 12 inches long. All it has to be is just, you know, an inch or an inch and a half longer so that you can wrap it around each side. You don't really have to measure it. The whole point is that it wraps around and fits in there. And I just know that 12 inches is a good, this is 8.5 inches wide, so 12 inches was a good measurement. So I did every single one of them 12 inches wide and then wrapped them around. Oh, the tape that I bought? This tape, I measured it in feet. I did a foot by 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 a foot until I hit 36 yards. No, 30. It's 3 feet in a yard. I don't recall. I just know that it took me a long time and I put it all out on my, I laid it all out on my nonstick mat and looked at it. And measured it to make sure that it was about, you know. And then I had to put it all back on the roll. That was the hardest part, putting it all back on the roll. So this next one has to be a female. It's for another female. And I guess I get bored with things pretty easily because I'd really like to put some of this paper back and get something else. So while I'm doing that, why don't you guys just take a gander at what we've put together here so far. And we'll do one more. Okay, I'm totally in love with this paper, and I only have 2 sheets of it. But what do you think of this? Oh, you're right, I did forget to cover that. Darn it. I forgot to cover the office folder in this. I think I'm just going to do it black. By 2 inches, I believe I did mine that way. Okay, 8.5 to, oh, I didn't cut it 8.5. Eight and a half. And I just did 2 inches so it would make it all the way around. There we go. The buckle was a pain in my butt, you guys. You want me to do another buckle? Or are you out of your mind? Oh, okay. We'll do another buckle. I have another idea. This time I'm not going to use the X-Acto knife. I know. The chance to watch Jen possibly cut her finger off was just so much more fun than an easier idea, but... So if you're looking for that tape, she just posted it. What it's called and where you find it and all that. FYI. If you're following chat. Oh, I just messed up by... I'm going to use something else. I don't want to use that one because it's going to take me all night to figure that out. I'll grab another one. So here's what it looks like when you get it. And sometimes they look wonky and lopsided. And sometimes they come, you know, all crushed up in their envelope. But just, you know, pull them back into shape. It's not a big deal. Still works just the same as all the other stuff. Oh my word. It's 9:30 at night and somebody is snow blowing the front of our house. I can hear it through the window. It's probably our landlord. That's why I don't really mind if it snows, because I'm not the one that has to shovel the snow. It's got to be some kind of a perk to renting, right? There. Thanks for reminding me, whoever said that, because then I would have gotten all done and went, darn it, now I have to go and do that top part again. I really like this fire one. I think he's going to be, like, just dumbfounded. He's just going to be like, what? You, like, made that? I'm going to be like, yeah, that's how I roll. I'm pretty amazing. There we go. Very nice. Okay, last one. I don't know. Did you guys say that this was pretty? I think this is really pretty. Let me cut it down to 12 by 12. Ooh, we got paper flying all over the place here. Whoops. Okay. This is nice and sturdy paper too. Oh, we're coming to an end. You guys might actually see me change the roll of tape on my ATG gun. Won't that be fun? Be the most excitement we've had in ages. Okay, now we have to decide how much we want folded over on this side. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. What I really wanted to do on this one. Oh, too late. I glued that part together. Shucks. Well, we'll do it on this one then. We'll do it on this one. Here, we could do it on this one too. I thought this one would be really fun if we rounded the corners, but I want my regular corner rounder. Yeah, this one. Oh, I have that thing on there. I don't know if this is gonna round. Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks cool. It's subtle, but I like it. Okay. Last one. I'm not even going to cut any off of this one. It's really, really close. Well, hi, Angela. When did you sneak in? I'm not sure how I want this to go. Where's me bone folder? Okay. I have an idea, because you guys want buckles, right? This might totally bomb, and we might totally ruin this paper, and I will have to just get rid of it, and it might not work at all. So don't get freaked out. Just might not work. But I have an idea of what I want to do with this. And before I get any further, I have to do this, and I have to do the backing. Okay, so 8.5. Oh, that's not, yeah, that's gonna be enough. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, that's not gonna work. Well, yeah, well, okay, 8.5, no, 11 by 2.5. Okay, so I'm gonna do 11 by 2.5 because it's just gonna make it around there, and then I'm gonna do the top here, which is 8.5 wide by 2 inches to go around it. Whoa. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to get this stuff done first, and then we're going to try my idea. Oh, you haven't done YouTube yet? How many of you guys, where do you order your cutting dies from? Raggedy. I'd love to know that. What was I gonna say? How many of you guys are YouTubers like me? Double-sided tape. 5 rolls for $1.65. About 30 rolls for $9.36. That sounds about right. How many of you guys are YouTubers just like me? That's what I want to know. I'm just curious. Oh, Crafty Lori. Hey, Lori. So Crafty Lori, she's a YouTuber. Anybody else in here YouTubers? Well, hi, Linda. You're up late. Aren't you an hour past me? I think you are. I don't know. This is what I have left of the purple. I may have one more sheet of it somewhere if I look. May said she would do videos, but she doesn't have enough time. Anybody else? Who is it? C's Vintage Gifts and More. She is. Anyone else? Yep, an hour past me. I thought so. But you're kind of a night owl, aren't you? Oh, no, you don't have to do live stream. I'm just curious if you do YouTube videos at all. But if you don't do live stream, how come? I mean, I'm not judging you. I'm just curious because this is new to me too. It's not like I've been doing live stream my whole life. Where do you live, Raggedy? Okay, so Google metal cutting dies from China. You get several websites. Thank you. Can somebody post that? Can somebody send that to me private message so I don't forget? Because there's so many things that go through my head during a live stream, I probably won't remember that. Seems pretty obvious, but... Granny Lori said if I did live stream, you'd see cat butts, kid butts, and dog butts. Yeah, I don't think I really want to see cat butts and kid butts and butts in general. Once in a while when I walk away to get something, you might see my butt, but it's covered. Always a covered butt. G-rated, folks. G-rated. Oh, Lord. Keep it clean, people. Did you say you were a YouTuber like me, Linda? Were you fibbing? I missed what you said. I'm sorry, I when I'm crafting, I don't catch all the chat stuff. I leave you guys to entertain yourselves. I can be entertaining sometimes, but sometimes I'm not. Just depends. Just like just about everybody in this room, I too have a chronic life. Okay, the reason why I did that first was because when I do these, I don't want that, putting that piece in to monk up all my, I know what I want to say. I don't want it to muck up all my measurements. So I'm thinking about how I want to do this. I definitely have to tape this part down. You guys, you wanted to see another belt. I'm not making another belt like that other one. Sorry, folks. I'm making one that's going to be a little bit different. Okay, I'm going to start by cutting this down. I'm going to have 3 belts. This is 12 inches. 2, 2, and 2. All right. What I'm measuring out is to make 3 different belts. I'm going to bring it in 1 inch. And I'm going to put a belt here that's 2, I think 2.5 inches. Oh, I got to measure my punch. Maybe it's not even that long. It's not, so good thing I looked. This is actually not quite 1 3/4. So we gotta revamp. Almost 1 3/4. So we're going in 1 inch. We're starting there, and then we're doing almost, what did I say, almost 1 3/4? I better remeasure. Measure twice, cut once, right? Almost 1 3/4. All right, going 1 inch. 1. Good thing I double checked. That's the wrong one. Go 1 inch and then go 1 and almost 3/4. I apologize. These are really wonky things, but that's because I'm making it up. I'm making this up as I go along. So I've got one belt here, one belt here. And then if I go another inch, let's see. Let's say if we just jump to 8 and 4, could we do another one? Maybe we could start with those two and see what happens. This is going to be tricky. Maybe I should have done it the other way. Getting there. Oh, 1 and almost 3/4. There and there. Why do I keep thinking that I want to do it? Okay. An inch in, and then 1 and almost 3/4. We're going to cut this piece off. And we're going to cut this piece off. Somehow those marks did not turn out even at all. I don't know what's up with that. This isn't turning out at all how I wanted it to look. So I didn't really think this through very well. Should have cut it to there, just to there, not all the way to the end. There's 2 of them. This might still work out okay. And then I'm going to measure, if I do it this way, I can just do, here's an inch. 1 and almost 3/4. We might end up having 4. So here's an inch. 1 and almost 3/4. You guys are probably bored to death going, what the heck is she doing? This makes no sense. Just, you know, talk amongst yourselves. Entertain each other. I swear I'm getting to a point here somewhere. That's a belt. This is garbage. That's a belt. This is garbage. That's a belt. That's a belt. This is garbage. Okay. I wish I had not cut off these 2 corners, but I can't change that right now. These are the 4 belts. So what I want to do is I want them to slip into these holes. So I'm going to have to do some little lines here showing where my belts lay. This is why I did all the stuff on the inside first, because I want to make sure that these measurements were not going to change. Otherwise, none of the belts would have fit. Because, you know, we already did that once on a couple of other ones. If you've been with me all day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It did not go well. So the belt's going to go here. So I'm going to do one between those 2 lines where I can see the lines. And then in as far as I can. So the first one is going to go in as far as it'll let me go in. So I keep that in mind. Those will all be the same for every belt. All the way in as far as I can go. And then the other one is not really going to make a real big difference, but I'm going to try to line it up with the other one. The one that I have. What's hard is trying to stay with those lines and line up the other one at the same time. Do the best I can. Okay. They're semi-close. And when I craft, I very rarely measure everything. I think people already know that about me by now. Those are the holes for my belt. So they're going to go in. I was a little worried they weren't going to fit. I might have to shave off a little of each belt. So I think what I'll do is, you know what, let's corner round them and see if that helps. I don't know that it will. But I'm going to corner around each one. And then we can always cut some off the edge if it doesn't quite fit. I could have went smaller, but I want them to be a little bit snug in their belt loop. That did help. The only problem is that then you literally have to get each one of them through the next one. So that's almost impossible to do. But it looks cool. Maybe I just need to bend them up a little bit. You can't even hardly see it, can you? But they went through each hole. But now had I not cut off those edges, darn me. Darn me. I can't fix that now. That's just how it is. Well, anyway, it works, but I'm not so sure how practical it is, but it looks cool. I think I need something that, well, it won't matter because those aren't exact. So it's not going to work. Oh, you know what would have been really cool is if I would have staggered them. Then you could have done one at a time. I'm making these for a gal at work that wants them for gifts. Basically, she's paying me to make the gifts for the teachers that we work with. I'm just cleaning up the edges. Because as long as I can't, there's nothing I can do about it, I might as well get rid of all this extra paper that's sticking up so it doesn't grab and get caught on stuff. Just get rid of it. And that's just how it is. And I want to corner around it too if I can. Yeah, well, that looks better corner around it anyway. So that's kind of cool. I know you can't see it really well, but it went through each one of those holes. Uh-oh. Here we go. You see it? Yes, I think we should add some stuff to this. I don't think we should stop with just the way this looks. There needs to be something else. So all the belts come out. That's done. The back's done. Now we can just put on whatever we want. Teal would match really well with this, of course, and other purple. I have a purple here, which we could put a little purple pocket right on the outside. That'd be cute. I think that would be fun. I just kind of went on my own tangent this time, didn't I? I'm gonna make another little gusseted pocket here for the outside. This time I'm only gonna do 1/4 inch. Whoops. Just kind of made myself do a 1/2 inch there. So 1/4 inch all the way around, and then on each one of these where they meet, just fold it in. And then fold it up on the scored lines. And hopefully you'll have, this is really tiny. I think I'm gonna have to cut those corners off. Instead of folding them, I'm just gonna cut the corners, because it's just too tiny, it's too bulky, and then fold these up. And then they'll get taped on. See, normally it would create a thicker corner there, but it was just too thick with all that bulk. It just wouldn't stay. When you do the smaller ones, it's so much easier to do the, what do you call it? The chipboard pieces, and then do this kind of thing. You cover up the chipboard and you actually make a book that your paper fits in. But these are so huge, I had to kind of modify, and it's been tricky actually. I'm sure there are some people out there that have done this before that think, that just have it down. Not that they think anything about it, but not me. This was brand new. This was a brand spanking new idea. Just try to make sure these go down so that the pocket is semi straight on the page. That works. So now there's a pocket on the front of that page. I need some teal. This is not quite, no. Not quite what I had in mind. I have a lot of scraps and junk laying around here that I just can't get to all my pieces that I want to get to. Because dang, I made a mess. You should see all the paper and stuff I have sitting over here. And all the punches. And the garbage. I've got a lot of scraps too. You guys are all invited over to my house to do 5-minute cards using all my scraps, because I'll never use them up in my lifetime. It's just too many of them. It's too much. You know what? If she just wants to do one or two, she can get it to close with just 2. I could cut those off. I'm not gonna, of course, but because that can be kind of hairy getting all those in there. I definitely need a piece of steel. How's this? That will do just fine. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. gonna go ahead and do this edge on there. Then I'll have to figure out exactly how far to cut it. I'm hoping this works. Like, how wide is that? I lost my ruler. Oh, there it is. This is, oh geez, it's an odd thing too. It's almost 3.5, but not quite. Almost 3.5. That'll work. I'm gonna put that on there. Have I glued what to the back? That looks really cool. Oh my gosh, I really like this one. We really wish I hadn't cut off those corners, dang me. That's okay though. It was an idea on the fly. Heck yeah, bring your scraps too, Carol. Some embellishments here would be pretty. We could do some smaller ones. Are you thinking little ones like this maybe? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. I'm not sure what you mean by gluing it to the back. Oops. Shoot, I almost need one right there too. But I'm out of that size. I think these are too big. That's close enough. I don't think anyone will notice. What if you put a strip of the green on the bottom flap? A strip of the green down here? Where are you thinking? Because this is, you mean this green? This is what I have left. This is how much I have left of that. I'm pretty sure. Let me dig. Oh, there's one other piece. I have this one. And that's the end of it. That's all. What about using that border punch for the corners you cut along top and bottom? To cover the cut off edge? How would I do that? Because it wouldn't be stuck to anything. You mean to put it so it covers up like this? I don't have anything that's long enough. I'd have to piecemeal it. Is that what you're talking about? So that it covers up these holes? But then it would just be a flappy little piece of paper right here on the corner, and I think it would get all dinged up. Or are you thinking to take this off and somehow connect it underneath? Like that? Yeah, I have more purple. Oops. Hold on. It's not 12 inches long, it's only 11 and a half. Is that what you're thinking? What if I just put it there because there's already a piece of purple sticking up from the thing, and I just cut it all that length, that width, and added it on. I could do that. That would be okay. I'm not sure how wide is that? About 1.25 inches. So if I put this under here so that it lined up with that, that's how it would look. You'd have a little purple sticking out of each end. Good night, Heidi. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. I like the look of it. I think it would go well. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? It's not going to hurt anything. It's just going to even out that color. I think it's fine. Oops. Oh my gosh, got my hair stuck in and everything. Okay, see. Sister is knocking you offline? How's that happen? I think that looks cool. I don't know how she's going to possibly get this rebelted every time, but I still think the idea is fun. It's really hard to see for you guys, but in person it just looks so visually cool. I think this one's done. Wow, can you believe it took us that long to do 4 of these books? That's incredible, and I think they're actually all pretty simple. I have a disaster in here to clean up. Well, what do you guys think? Should we call it a night? Put my scraps away, my extra cutters. So we got this one that's magnet with a pocket on either side. We've got this masculine one that's got this really cool belt and a bunch of fire. I really like that one. I think that's super cool. And then we've got a Velcro one, the butterfly, that's kind of girly. We didn't have to do much to it because it's got a fun pattern on the inside. And then we did this one with the 4 buckles in the pocket. Yay, we got them all done. I am so glad to have that out of the way for this weekend. Get rid of some of this dust and junk that collects here. May. Oh, thanks, Barb. She said, enjoyed every minute, Jen. Hope I can catch you live again. And May says, I'm not ready to leave. Oh, thanks, Lori. So, Jen, you really outdid yourself tonight. All of these are amazing. Well, you know, you guys helped me struggle through it because I didn't come with a plan, so there was a lot of hem-hawing going on. I feel like I didn't, you know, talk to you as much or engage as much. You know, like the last live stream I did, everyone was like, wow, you were like in such a good mood and, you know, it was so much fun. It's like probably because what I was doing wasn't quite as intensive brain-wise as this was, where I had to really think about what I was doing. I can share a lot more with you via chatting and stuff when I'm able to just know what I'm already kind of know what I'm doing and not have to worry about that kind of stuff. But look, here's a bunch of our fails. That stuff didn't work. Velcro was way too much. We've got an extra black one we didn't need. So I'll be cutting all this stuff down into card base size stuff so that I can use it for that kind of thing. If oh, that's lovely. How do we get rid of that person? I guess I'm just going to say goodnight since we have somebody that got in here and that's interesting. So I will join you guys. You know what? Join me over at Quality Crafts so I can finish chatting with a couple of you that still want to talk about things, and I can't wait to see you guys next video.